Turkey says its military operation in northern Syria has ended. Operation Euphrates Shield was launched last August with the aim of pushing back Daesh from the border and stopping the advance of YPG militants. Well, for more on the end of Operation Euphrates Shield and U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson's visit to Ankara, TRT World Editor-at-Large Ahmed al Burai joins me now in the studio. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Turkey came up against some resistance for launching Operation Euphrates Shield, not just from the regime and its supporters, of course, but also from certain officials in the United States. Was it worth it? Did the ends justify the means?
We cannot say that the proclamation of yesterday's, the Prime Minister yesterday's proclamation, you can take them like a loose interpretation. It's not completely finished. You cannot say that this is the end, because he just stated that we're going to continue fighting these terrorist organizations with different names. But for the primarily, it has like three main objectives. For Turkey, it succeeded to achieve two of them. The first one is to cleanse the whole elements of the terrorists from Daesh and other organizations. They cleansed them from the northern stretch of Syria. They protected the borders, and they prevented them from having an autonomous entity in that stretch. On the other hand, they tried to create this kind of humanitarian corridor, and that was successful, but they did not achieve the safe zone so far. It's not a complete safe zone. So it is not, you would say that it's worthy, ends justify means, but in my opinion, it didn't achieve what Turkey was interested in achieving in Syria.
Okay. As for the U.S. Secretary of State visiting Turkey today, there are people in the U.S. government who believe Turkey is one of the best friends and allies of the United States, and there are others who feel that is not the case, particularly in regards to Syria. Where do you think the new players now, like Rex Tillerson, stand?
The man himself, Rex himself, he said that we need to closely cooperate with Turkey. But at the same time, the way he's going to cooperate is different. What we see that the Trump administration is basically interested in a swift, quick operation, the same as Mosul. For the Raqqa operation, they're going to defeat ISIS quickly, and Turkey is not going to be involved. Maybe in an attempt or in a bid to placate Turkey, they're going to offer it an opportunity to work out the post-ISIS governance and security of Raqqa. But Turkey is not going to be involved. And to accept this, it hinges on Turkey's readiness to accept that the United States is not going to completely abandon and relinquish its alliance in Turkey, in Syria, which is the YPG and the Kurdish militias. So the man believes that Turkey is an alliance, but he believes that its role is finished. Let's take more effective, more influential players on the ground in the combat against ISIS, and that is the YPG. They still continue the same mentality of Barack Obama. They didn't change.
Okay. Strategically, what should Turkey's next move be?
For Turkey, you know, the Minister of Defense, he said he struck a kind of conciliatory tone with the United States, and they believe that in the short term, the environment, if you look strategically, you should have a kind of diplomatic conciliation with Turkey, with the United States and Russia. Otherwise, you will face yourself alone. You'll find yourself alone on the ground fighting different fronts, which is not good for Turkey, mainly in this particular time, because you're preparing in Turkey for the pending referendum on April the 16th. So the best strategy now is to try to find channels, diplomatic channels, to talk to the Russians, because ironically, the Russians also are supporting the YPG, and they're keeping Turkey and its allies in a tightly delineated area in Syria. So in front of these kind of challenges, the only way is to put forward, to prioritize the diplomatic discussions with these two powers. Otherwise, you will find yourself against the international community. And for Turkey, it's impossible to move forward to Manbij and to Raqqa without the international umbrella, without the international consent at least.
Ahmed, thanks so much for your analysis. Appreciate it as always.
Thank you.